Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more deep inhale. And exhale. All right, good. Perfect. So we're going to get started now. And welcome today to a Prosperous Angel webinar. And this is going to be, the focus today is going to be discover your profits with your profits. And this is a slight variation on a webinar that I taught back last month, which was called Spiritual Sales. And so many amazing things happened from that I felt that I had to do another sort of like a 2.0 version of what we experienced from there. I'm really grateful for you to be here today. We're going to do some very powerful exercises. So I encourage you to shut off any distractions from around you so that you can really dive in and have a full experience with this. And I will be asking you questions as we go along. So I guess I jumped ahead there, where I was going to say sort of the commitment is please just stick with me with this as best as possible. And, you know, the more that you really make sure that you show up and you are present with me rather than multitasking, right? It's so easy on a webinar. I know when I've been on webinars that I can get distracted and go off and do something else because I think, oh, well, I'll just do this and I'll do that and I'll do that other thing. And that dilutes the energy. And I really want you to have, one of my intentions is that you have a deep spiritual connection from today. I just want to make sure also that you can still, that everyone can hear me okay and you can see my screen okay. Can you just type yes in the chat box if that is the case? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Betsy. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Dulcita. Thank you, Jessie. I appreciate you giving me that confirmation. Thank you, Monica. And thank you, Judy and Celine. All right. Wonderful. And now, here we go. Okay. So I find that mission statements here, and this is something important for you to think about as well. I believe that we have a core mission in our lives, and sometimes, you know, there's this big overarching mission that you have, and then there's variations of that mission that occur. And depending on the way that you want to communicate your message, that mission changes. What the experience that I found in my own life is it always sort of comes back to this overarching theme. And at the moment, what is happening very strongly in my life and where I feel my mission is being called to the forefront is to help you, right? Someone who wants to be helped, because you can't help someone that doesn't want to be helped, is to live a prosperous and peaceful life. And I would say a lot of why that is something that has been important to me in helping others is because it is something that I have struggled with in the past in a massive way, huge way, in terms of fluctuations with my finances, money coming in, then having really low self-esteem, pushing it away, money coming in, being filled with anxiety and fear, and then burning through money. I mean, you name it, I could be talking to you for the next hour of all the mistakes that I've made with money and not understanding how to balance the spiritual part of myself, that core part of myself. Do you know what I'm talking about? Your spiritual essence, and then being able to function in the world. When I say function in the world, you know, deal in business and deal with money and exchanging money. It's just like, it took me, I would say, I'm not kidding here, and I feel a little bit embarrassed saying it, but 15 years to figure this out of how to have a healthy relationship with money. And then Spirit gave me this download that, again, has come through in sort of a variation of forms, but it was this: if you are connected to your profits, then you will discover your profits. And the foundation of that is peace and prosperity. They go hand in hand. And profits, one aspect is financial profits, but then there's another aspect that of profits that is, you know, feeling profitable in your environment, in your relationships, in in yourself, right? Because the other side of that is scarcity, it's fear, it's low self-esteem. It's a little bit how I was struggling at the tech getting on this session with you, right? It was shifting into that other vibration. So I want you to really pay attention to what's happening in your energy as we move through this session together. That there was a great moment for me. I share this picture here for you because this was a moment that's me on stage there at Brit Week, where I got to speak at the Business Innovation Awards with Sir Ken Robinson, he has the most downloaded TED Talk of all time. His speciality is in creativity, and it was a real honor to speak, to have him there. And then when he went into his specific speech, he looped into mine, and that was a really, for me, that felt like a really prosperous moment. I would love to hear from you in the chat box. Can you think of like a magical moment, a prosperous moment for you where you felt like, yes, I'm living my missions? Please put that in the chat box if you feel inspired right now, and I would love to hear what that is for you. I'm going to just take a little sip of water. So what was something where you feel that you're living your mission and you're really connected into that? So yeah, so while you're typing away with that, because I know it takes a second, right? I'm going to move on. So the focus today, okay, very good. So Dulcita, being a mother, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful focus for prosperity. And Nay says, when I started the Creative Writers Workshop, like a fish in water. For Betsy, her mission offering this year is vision board workshop and vision board journal retreats. That is so yummy. And for Jessica, it was getting her first client. That's beautiful. I love that. You know what you said, Jessica, there with getting the first client, that shift of when you go from doing something that you're just passionate about and suddenly you're generating income from it is a really, for me as well, that was definitely an exciting moment. Let's see. This person says, I'm going to call you iPhone because it says iPhone here. Coaching and client today, working intuitively, head, heart, and soul connecting. Beautiful. And for Carolyn, hi Carolyn. When I have clients come back and tell me I made a big difference in their lives, I feel prosperous and spiritually fulfilled. And for Jessie in South Dakota, Jessie, you're here in this presentation. It was having people suggest partners for my open house events. And for Dark Energy, making 100,000 trading cryptocurrency this year. Oh my God. I've just got, actually from the last webinar that I hosted on spiritual sales, what came out of that and the exercise we're going to do today, and I'm getting goosebumps, is Crypto Angel Network. That's something that we're launching very, very soon. And that was a download specifically from the exercises that we're going to be going through. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to connect to a profit. All right, so it's going to be one specific profit that you're going to zone in on today. When I say zone in on, once you're plugged in and connected in, you're not going to have to sort of figure out, are you connected? You're going to feel it. And you will see as we go through this, that energy, that momentum will build. And then from there, what happens when you connect to a profit? Literally, you get downloads from spirit to manifest your profits. And it will start to show in your dreams. Like one thing, because Dark Energy was showing here, I'm going to give the example about the cryptocurrency thing. After we did these specific exercises that we'll get to afterwards, where you need your pen and paper, and the Crypto Angel Network came out of that for us. I would go, oh, this is because my mum she had by accident, she ended up being on an email, and she said, I really resent you saying that I was panicking about what you're doing with this cryptocurrency thing. And so I then had a moment of doubt, and I thought, well, maybe I should just forget. Yeah, I'll just forget it. But then it's just like I was pulled straight back to it. And then Spirit had me channel this meditation on, I don't know if you have it yet, like to connect your oracle within. That came out of the last webinar. And then I was looking at some crypto stuff, and it talks all about blockchain, about oracles. And I'm sort of like dreaming about all this crypto stuff. So, that's what it's been for me. Oh, Jessie, thank you. Said you love the oracle meditation. Thank you. there'll be something specific that comes through for you for this, and it may be unexpected. It may be an area that you never thought that you were going to go into before, and it's not an either or. It'll be a yes and to whatever you're already doing, because I know anyone who's here with me right now, you already have a good idea of your mission. You're pretty old souls. You're evolved in your spiritual development. I know we have an advanced group here. So peace and prosperity. So what I share here is just really to just say that I'm qualified, I believe, to be able to guide you in this area, and that I have had many miracles occur in my life, and I've generated over $2 million as an author and an intuitive coach. It's not this like, I've made some figures, look at me sort of thing, but just to say, look, I've been doing this for a while. I've been in this space for over 20 years, and I've been doing this really seriously, professionally, like properly as a business for over 10 years now. And so, that's why I share that, so that you know that I'm qualified to help you replicate your own version of prosperity. I don't like this cookie cutter stuff. I'm not going to tell you how to do things my way. I'm just going to show you certain exercises that are going to bring out your brilliance, your genius. And so, with that being said, if there's some sort of thinking, well, am I meant to be here? How are these exercises going to work for me with my industry? Here is a list of some of the people that I have found that are most aligned, that I align with most, and being able to help the most, from spiritual experts to life coaches, authors, people in mind, body, spirit, oftentimes realtors, chefs, yogis, photographers, accountants, attorneys, creative freelancers, psychics, healers. So really a broad spectrum there. And the Prosperous Angel test, that you will be a prosperous angel if, right? And this is, the test, right? This is something that one focuses on a daily basis, is if you have a heart-centered service or product that you offer, and your priority is to help others, right? You want to be of service to others, but at the same time, you must value yourself. It is a balance to be striked. I can tell you it, again, it's something that I have to work with and be very diligent with on a daily basis, because we always have to watch out for our unevolved ego. When the unevolved ego kicks in, wow, it will take you down fast. And I can just tell you, some of my negative traits are impulsiveness and lack of patience. And when those get in the driving seat, woof, it can be very, very destructive. So having a spiritual practice on a daily basis, I know for myself, is a necessity, or otherwise I will not only cause damage for myself, but for the people I love around me. And I have a responsibility as a mother. Nick and I have an 8-year-old son, and I do not want to screw him up. So generating profit isn't complicated. I mean, for some of you, I know you already have businesses, you've been doing what you've been doing for a while, but if you have, say, been working in corporate, or you've been in a certain job and you are looking at launching something new, and this idea of, well, I've got to have my website started, I've got to have a fully developed brand, I've got to have everything in place. That is not the case. I can tell you that many years ago, when I started generating income in my business, actually the first year that I had a 6-figure year in my business, I didn't have a fancy website. I had an idea of my brand, but I wasn't living fully into my brand. I was still it just wasn't emanating from me. And so, again, this has been an evolution for me over a 20-year period, and really actively working in it for 10 years. So I say that again, not to talk about me, but just to give you an idea of, when we go into comparison of, oh, well, I should have this, this, and this done. No, I really believe in simplicity, keeping it simple. And the exercise we're going to do today, a couple of these exercises, you are going to feel very, very clear in your next steps, and it will lead you to prosperity if you follow through on the intuitive guidance that you receive. So I would love to hear why you are here today. I want to know, where you're at and you're like, what is your specific reason of why you are here at the Prosperous Angel webinar right now? What is an outcome that you want to create in 2018? Please go ahead and type that in the chat so that I can learn more about why you're here. So I'll just wait a second for you to go ahead and do that. I can tell you why you're typing in the chat about why you're here. You know, have you heard of Caroline Meese, where she talks about the archetypes? For me, why I do what I do is because I'm very much the archetype of the wounded healer. Thank God I'm not wounded anymore, but for many years, many years, I have tiny remnants left. Okay, so Betsy, your description of people at the beginning of 2018 in your emails sounded like me. And Caroline says, I'm here because I feel trapped by fear and self-sabotage. Let me go back and look at this. Celine, you're trying to find your purpose in life. You are in the right place. Neves, by the way, Neves, lovely to see you. Are you still in St. Moritz or are you back in London? Neves has an amazing... she does nail art. She has a book coming out on nail art, which is super, super cool. And she says to get synergy between business and spirituality. And Melinda says, I have, oh, hang on, where's my little mouse going here? I've been working hard and feel like a hamster on a wheel. Oh, yeah, God, I when I get that balance, I feel the same way. She says, I'm highly spiritual and feel led here and want to learn how to really be guided spiritually. Beautiful, you're in the right place for what we're going to do. Carolyn, brilliant. Okay, heal my relationship around money and charging for my services, valuing myself. Carolyn, is it you, Carolyn, from that you're in Canada? You're the brilliant athlete. Just let me know. Dulcita, who we originally met in Arizona, who is now based in LA. She says, evolve and launch a new version of my services. Beautiful. And Jessica says, attract more clients and grow my business. Betsy says, I feel guided to work with you in January 2018. Beautiful. Needs, you're back from London. Awesome. Nay says, I work with angels and would love to integrate this with my author and creativity coaching. Oh, this will be phenomenal for you. You're going to love what we're going to do. Michael says, more work in my business, generate more income so I won't be constantly stressed by money fluctuations. Brilliant. You're going to feel a lot of peace from the exercises and the meditation that we do today. Jessie says, learning to trust and follow the guided feeling that I am receiving. You're welcome, Dulcita. Yes, thank you, Melinda. iPhone says 2018 moving towards a more spiritually focused purpose, using wisdom gathered in corporate places along the way. I love that, taking spirituality into corporate, much needed. Does anyone know that SLN now in Northern California has gone, like all of Silicon Valley is flocking up there? Very interesting. Let's see. Okay, Caroline Jones says, Caroline from Restival, welcome. Nay, allowing more abundance. Carolyn, no, in Washington and blonde. Okay. Hello, Carolyn. Sasha, hello, Sasha. And Dark Energy says, drawing on some new different energy. I was working with my angelite and celestite crystals, which are angel crystals, and I found your email. Beautiful. Okay, good. I'd like to connect with anyone and see then what will happen is we will have this collective energy that forms out of this session. Okay, so I've attended multiple business, spiritual, sales trainings, you name it, from conferences to mastermind things. And, oh, okay, iPhone from the UK, it's Janet from the UK. Okay, great, now I know. And, you know, I really want to just make sure that there's, for you, the part of the idea of today is that you can really integrate the spiritual self with your business self. Oh, Dark Energy, you spent 28 days at Esalen a couple of years ago, 21 days unplugged, all from electronics. Fantastic. I want to hear more about that. You have to message me later on. Definitely connect with, I think we're connected on Twitter. I just wanted to share here about Katie, one of my clients, Katie, and some of the experiences she had. that she says as an entrepreneur launching a company, she knew she was in unfamiliar waters and needed to align her spirit and body to take on the enormity at hand. And she went into the session expecting certain things and came out with such amazing insight, even in areas that she didn't think needed examining. Katie does a huge amount of spiritual work on herself. She says her daily orders increased from 1K to 10K within 90 days of coaching with me. She's the founder of 12 Lash in Miami Beach, Florida. Since then, actually, her sales have gone up dramatically even more. Her company, I think now is valued around $20-30 million. Okay, so let's just move on here. This is another client of mine in Switzerland, Suzanne. So she had great outcomes in her business. And the process that I use is super, super simple. It is to center, to ground, and to connect. But we're going to unpack that. You're going to experience that, right? There's different ways that you can center, ground, and connect. There's a multitude of ways. That's why I often give away free meditations, guided meditations, especially, when you are in the LA area. I teach a live class of Mystic Journey yoga as well, and we do different variations of that. Today we're going to have our focus to center, ground, connect is around prosperity and peace. Jessie, here you are. You're famous. I felt more calm, centered, and aligned with spirit. Jessie says, I felt more confident in my inner strength and boundaries. And I also made more in 1 month than I had previously and in 1 whole year. I feel more connected with my family and especially my mom. So Jessie's here with us today on the webinar, and I can't wait to see her in LA at the end of this month. So who will be next in line to generate income from the heart? You're giggling, right? Isn't it funny seeing yourself up there? So I have this energy here is the energy, the vibration of Saint Germain. So just think of today when I ask Spirit, what's the vibration coming through in terms of the prophet? For me, it's Saint Germain. We'll see who and what it is for you. Dark Energy said is the name of my computer when I downloaded Zoom. My name is Divine Prince Daniel Garcia in San Francisco. I like that. Divine Prince Daniel Garcia in San Francisco. Beautiful. Okay, we'll try and remember that. Divine Prince Daniel. Okay, good. Okay, and someone else though who I work with here, Mastin Kip, who was the founder of the Daily Love. So our agenda today, let's get right to that. How to connect with spirit to build a prosperous and healthy business, how to develop your abundance mindset and release your fear of rejection, how to take simple action steps to stop self-sabotage and replace with self-care, and how to get in the habit of balanced income generating activities. Have you ever been because who was it that said like being the hamster on the wheel? I'm sorry, I can't remember who just said that, right? Where it's like, oh my God, I got to generate income, and then being absolutely exhausted, right? It's about prosperity, being able to just like be in that flow. When you get in the flow, there is no exhaustion there at all. And at the end of our time together today, I have a special gift for you. So stay on, please stay on. It will be worth it. And I just want to share with you here a couple of things. So this is me when I think I was 8 years old here, same age as my son Dominic is now. And I was all dressed up, as you can see, as an angel. I was a brownie at that point. I was part of like the brownie guides, but I ended up having a fever then and I couldn't go and I was really upset. My mom said, no, you've got to stay home. But she took a photo of me there. So that was up on the landing of my house where I used to live at 21 West Heath Close in Hampstead in northwest London. Later on in life, there I am with Neil Donald Walsh, author of Conversations with God. I ended up getting to interview him in London, which was really incredible. And I think what was so cool about him and is very much aligned with the exercises that we're doing today is the idea of how if you choose to start to have a relationship, he calls it God's spirit, whatever that is for you, amazing things start to happen in your life. So just going back a step of sort of like what it was like for me before I got onto this path, you could see on the surface I was living a dream life. And here, this picture, I don't know if you can see this, let's see. So there's me in the blue dress, with, you see like that light around me there, that's my friend Charlie behind, Charlie Muirhead, who's now gone full on into the artificial intelligence space, and he wanted to do phenomenal things in business, and still is pioneering within that space. And then standing next to me there, I don't know if you can recognize who that is, but when I was working for my friend Roger Michael, running a lot of these nightclub events, Roger's the black dude in the center there. It was the London Club Awards, and the girl next to me there who I had to look after, who was coming to London, is Ivanka Trump. So Ivanka was put into my care. She was 14 years old then, and she was the most mature and evolved teenager that I've ever met. I wish that I had been like that at 14. At 14, I did not have the clarity and focus that she had. But again, each one of us has a different path. And the other picture, that's me with my a dear friend of mine, Danny Bear, who was sort of like was the equivalent of Ryan Seacrest in the UK, and Brad Pitt. And that's when they were filming Interview with a Vampire. So exactly, that is Brad Pitt. Yes, Sasha. So I was moving very much in that's a couple of sort of like the influence of people I was around. I mean, it would sound like serious name dropping if I said all the people that I was with on a regular basis, but that's the environment that I was working in. It was, so I was around all these very successful and well-known people, but I didn't quite know how to go and find my own expression and my mission and my purpose in a way that these people already were, which then led to, I started going down a very spiritual path. I actually started to abhor and go, I don't like any of, I just rejected the club scene. I thought materialism was disgusting, having money was awful, and that also led me to burning through all of my money as well, where I ended up broke and in massive debt. The picture of the lady in the hat there is Hua. For a number of years, I haven't gone in the last few years, but I love this. It's an invitation-only Native American ceremony that happens up in the Chumash land called Long Dance. It is a really intense spiritual gathering. This is not like fluffy light stuff. It's hardcore, really, really hardcore. So if that's ever something that you're interested in doing, it's not advertised out there. I'm happy to connect you with that community if you ever want to go and have a really profound spiritual experience with true Native American indigenous cultures. And then that was me there teaching my dear friend Kia Miller meditation at Yoga Works. And then, as my path progressed, I ended up going to this event that propelled my career forward. One of the key factors was going to Jack Canfield's Breakthrough to Success in Arizona. And he had this thing of come as you are 5 years from now. And so I just decided to throw together, I thought, okay, well, I'm just going to throw together this thing where I interview people and put this whole red carpet thing together. And it was awesome. At the event, I sold over, at the time it was DVDs, I sold over 100 DVDs. Then I had to figure out, oh my gosh, how do I go and fulfill this stuff? And I got a film crew in Arizona, and it was just super cool. It was really, really an amazing experience. So from Jack at the time, I learned how to get into action. So just thinking about stuff, I would say something really important is when you get a download from Spirit, the key is to follow through on it, even if you feel scared. That's James Van Prague there in the other picture at West Hollywood Book Fair, where we are now back living in West Hollywood. It feels really good to be back over here. And both Jack and James, this is a number of years ago, they ended up endorsing my book, Big Miracles. So Big Miracles came out in 2017 with HarperCollins. That's me at the Bodhi Tree bookstore. That was the original Bodhi Tree bookstore. Do you remember Shirley MacLaine, Out on a Limb? I remember her reading in that about how she went to Bodhi Tree bookstore. And at the time when I was visiting LA, I was I gotta go to the Bodhi Tree. And I was I need to get my book in there. Well, at that point, I hadn't even written a book. So the point is, whatever the things that you feel within you that you want to go and manifest, if you are patient enough, if you follow through and take the actions, you will get a result. How do you do, okay, Doc, and you're asking, how do you do candle vision, read auras? We're going to get into the meditation stuff with this. Divine Prince Daniel. We're going to get into that in a second. So there is my husband, Nick, and my son, Dominic. He's a little bit bigger now. That was outside the White House. That's when he was a baby, when he was 1 day old. And again, I want to share that because I was a disaster in relationships as well. And I feel some of the prosperity in my life is that I have an amazing family. And I'm really, really grateful for that on a daily basis. And then I had my first book come out, Unleash the Psychic in You. That's me with Jenna Dwayne Tatum there. And I sort of tuned in and predicted that in a reading I did for her, I was like, oh, this guy that you're going to do this movie Step Up with, you're going to end up with him. And that was Channing Tatum. And that's me with Angela Bassett and Britt Week. And this is when I was on $1 Million Listing. What's his name? Josh Altman from $1 Million Listing. This is so crazy. I talk about this in Laker, where I ended up, my husband dared me to try out for Laker Girls. It's one of the most insane things. That whole story is in my book, Big Miracles. But I'm not even going to get into all that now, but that's for another time. But there I am. Thank you, Divine Prince. I like that. Congratulations on the 11-year marriage. You're hot. Yes. Okay, good. I love it. I'll take the compliment. And here, this is my current book that's out, Big Miracles. I have another book that's going to be coming out. I was really, really scared to release. I've given it to a couple of people who I know very well, like Jesse's got it. It's called Confessions of a Psychic. It's quite raunchy. It's very different from the other stuff. Think of like Bridget Jones' Diary meets Sex and the City, but psychic. And the more you go through the book, the wilder it gets. If that's something you're interested in reading, type yes to me. And I will send you a gift copy. It's going to be coming out in the next couple of months, but type, yeah, okay, very good. Yes, yes, yes. Everyone's saying yes, excellent. All right, good. Then make sure afterwards, I know you've got my email, joanna@joannagarzilli.com. Put in that email to me, gift Confessions of a Psychic, and I will send that to you. Just all that I ask is please don't share that with anyone else. But it's that the purpose of that book was, and it connects into what we're doing now around prosperity, is moving through shame. Had a lot of that. That was a big thing that blocked prosperity, hence the sirens in the background. Thank you, Melinda. You said you're happy to provide feedback testimonial. I would love, 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 love that. So Confessions of a Psychic coming soon. Be prepared. Here's some of the press that I've had and done. And Hay House, Coast to Coast, BBC Radio, NPR. And now I just want to dive in and get deeper into things. Here we go. All right. So what I'm going to share with you is simple, but do not underestimate the power of the simplicity. All right. Do not underestimate it. Let's get into this. All right. So here we go. 3 steps to generate connecting to your profits, right? So the idea of specifically today, why you can connect with your profits for a multitude of reasons, but the key today is profits, Profits, right? So centering, grounding, connecting. If you are truly connected to spirit, despite what people say around you, especially when you get a download from spirit and it's something that you're at that leading edge, it's not like out there in the mainstream. A lot of people will say, oh, well, you can't do that, or how are you going to do that? I mean, like, for example, even with Confessions of a Psychic, I wrote that book 15 years ago, and I had 2 friends read it. They loved it. I sent it to through a friend of mine who was with a very famous agent. It was Beyonce's agent at the time. out of New York. She said, this is good, but no one's going to want to read this. And so I burned the manuscript, and but then I forgot I saved it on a key. God, I saved it. But imagine, you know, because I was so swayed by what other people think of me, because I needed approval, because I had ridiculously low self-esteem. So why? That was good. Yes, Melinda, that was God. Seriously. It was so weird how I came across the key years later. But, you know, so why do we want to, you know, sometimes it's like, oh, center, ground, connect. And we maybe heard that before. Well, why would you want to do that? So that you, when people push back and they say to you, you can't do that, you can't be successful in that, your idea isn't good, who's going to be interested in that? Or whatever other crap that they're going to say. If you are centered, you're going to know the truth, right? So what is that purpose of that? It is to know your truth. So let's start off with some centering. All right. Let's just take a moment for that now. And what I want to invite you to do in this next little bit is, even though we're on video, right, we're on webinar, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. Janet says, ideas may be great. It's the time we land them that matter. Who are we to judge time? Indeed. Hear to that. All right. So let's start off with just taking a moment to center. All right. So just closing your eyes and bringing your focus inwards to your heart. Now, as you bring your focus to your heart, you'll often hear me say this. I want you to pay attention to the subtle energies within your heart. And when I say pay attention to the subtle energies within your heart, I'm talking about that center of your being, right? You know, the physical heart is the place where you draw your focus. But essentially, I know you know this, and I just want to remind you this, that you are so much more than the name that you have and the physical body that is your home, right? The body that carries you around every day. The more in tune and connected you get into your heart center, when people throw wrenches in your plans or throw criticism at you or doubt or any other thing, 90% of the time they don't want to hurt you. It's just their beliefs. When that happens, you will stay in your center. When someone says something negative to you, it's like getting sideswiped, and it can literally throw you out of alignment. So with your awareness now in your heart, take a deep inhale, hold, and exhale. Take another deep inhale, hold, and exhale. Take one more deep inhale, hold for 1, 2, 3, exhale. And just see if you notice any sensation in your fingers, your toes, your head, whether you feel the air touching your skin. And then slowly, gently opening your eyes. So this is, you know, we are doing a working meditation now, right? This is not just say where, you know, you can get one of my meditations and download it and sit and go through a whole spiritual experience. The focus of what we're doing in the webinar is to really get you actively working with spiritual energies in progress, right? It's working meditation, all right? So the centering there. What do you feel from that centering? Yeah, you can type in the chat box. Do you notice a difference? So sometimes when you focus on centering, you will notice how uncentered you felt. It can be pretty trippy. You may feel different sensations. Sometimes there can be this pressing feeling around the back and the shoulders, because you are constantly absorbing energy from other people, from your environment around you on a daily basis. So what is one of the purposes of centering? So one of the purposes of centering is to help you do an analysis, a due diligence of your energetic alignment, of your energy alignment, so that you can see, wow, I was really off center. Oh, I was just a little off center. Boom, I'm back there. Sometimes you're going through the day, you've got a lot of things going on, and you do not have time to go and sit down and do a 30, 40, 50-minute meditation. I know, right? I mean, I have days like that. It's like, good luck. So I literally have to meditate on the go. So what's really important around what we just did in that centering is it could literally just be sitting there and closing your eyes and taking 3 deep inhales and exhales, right? Before you get in the car, before you go and get on a call with a client, before you go and pick up your child, whatever it is. So let's see, I want to just check here with some of what you said here. Okay, so Melinda, you said an empty fullness. Jessie, you feel lighter. Betsy, I'm rocking. That's what I do when being rocked by angels. Oh yeah, it's like that, right? That swaying feeling when you just get plugged, right? I think that's what you mean. Right, Betsy, when it's just like you suddenly connect into that higher consciousness, that which is where we're going next, right? So you centered and then boom, you had an automatic connection. Okay, so let's see here. How do I get back to the, oh, here we go. All right, Bill, you said nothing really. Okay, we're gonna get you there. Nothing yet. So that would just be an indicator that perhaps, Bill, are you feeling a little bit more that you're in your head? Keep bringing your focus back to your heart, right? Connecting into there. So connecting to the heart again. This is just finding your center, all right? And then you will find suddenly, boom, the switch goes on. Carolyn, I feel calmer, more relaxed. Melinda, or full emptiness is positive though. Okay, so you're ready for the connection there. Jessie, calmer, more open in the high heart area. For those of you who don't know, the high heart is the area between here, you're like in the chest bone here, breastbone here, and your throat. It's the connection to higher consciousness. Yes, from Betsy. Nye, you said, I feel abundance, so much feeling. Celine, calm feeling, needs. I saw energy from my heart surround the body. Excellent. And Prince Daniel, Divine Prince Daniel, heart center meditation is very powerful for manifestation. Indeed it is. So let's move on to the next part here. Okay, ground. All right, so what happens once you get centered? So you have you're feeling stuff, right? You're in your heart, and then it is very important that you anchor that energy. All right, so I'm going to take you through a process now to ground. All right, so I invite you to close your eyes again. Okay, so closing your eyes, coming back to your heart center. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Right, remember when you exhale, you're just casting off energy that is pressing onto you. As you shift through that energy, I invite you to, depending on whether you are, where you are, hopefully you're sitting, right? Imagine either through the soles of the feet, roots connecting into the earth. At the base of your spine, you can feel this pull. Imagine this magnet at the base of your spine connecting to a magnet at the core of the earth. So just really feel that magnetic pull. What should happen for you is if you are leaning forward, or if you are leaning back a lot, you should find yourself coming to a more vertical position, feeling a straightening within the spine, feeling a reaching upwards from the crown, from the top of the head. So part of the grounding there, now as you focus on this magnet at the base of the spine, imagine that you have a dial in front of you, and that dial turns up the intensity, the power of the magnet, right, to ground you. So imagine that this dial on this magnet is at 0, and you're going to want to go up to a 10. We're not going to jump straight up to a 10 because that could feel a little bit intense. So let's just work our way through this scale and remembering to breathe, because for a couple of you, I feel like there's some energy on your chest, on the high heart area and around the throat. So just take another deep inhale, hold, exhale. I want you to visualize with your inner vision, right? Keep your eyes closed. Inner vision, turning your dial up to 1, increasing that magnetic pull to a 2, turning up that dial, increasing the magnetic pull to a 3 and a 4 and a 5. Just taking a pause. Feel that magnet at the base of the spine, level 5 magnetic pull. Take a deep inhale. Hold. Exhale. Feel the magnet. I want you to think about something right now, something that you want to magnetize into your life. It can be financial, it can be relationship, it can be brilliant business ideas, it can be health, wealth, you name it. You decide. Magnetic pull now, inner vision. Go back to the dial. Take a deep inhale. Hold. Exhale. Turning the dial up to a 6. Feel the shift, feel the pull. Feel yourself getting more and more grounded, more and more solid in your body. Turning the dial to a 7, magnetic pull at a 7, increasing your power. And it's really important, we started off with centering in your heart, because if you turn on your magnetism and your magnetic pull and you're not centered, you will draw in shitty situations to you. This is why we start off with centering. Coming back to the dial, centered in the heart, take another deep inhale. Hold. Hold, hold, exhale, big exhale, roll back your shoulders, roll back, feel the heart open, let it be open. Bring your awareness more deeply to the base of your spine. If you like, take one of your hands, place it at the base of your spine to help you focus. Turning up the dial, magnetic pull going up to an 8. Magnetic pull up to a 9. Getting more and more grounded, feeling ultra solid, magnetic pull, turning that dial full power, your full power to a 10. Feel that, feel yourself really, really grounded here. Feel that groundedness. You may feel heat in the base of the spine. You may feel, if your feet, if you have them on the ground, you'll start to feel that pull. You may feel some weight, some heaviness in the legs. That's not a negative thing, it's a good thing. This means that you are opening up. You are getting ready to connect. Good. I felt a shift from everyone on the collective consciousness there in the vibration. You know, I want you to really pay attention to when energy builds up for you on your throat, your shoulders, your upper back, especially when you get into thinking. It can build up there very, very quickly. All right, so at this part in the process, we're going to check in. When you do not open your eyes yet, when you open your eyes, go with soft gaze. Why do I say with soft gaze? You go with soft gaze because you want to maintain that connection that you made, right? Otherwise you will snap out of it. So soft gaze as you open your eyes. I got my right hand here on the base of my spine. Okay, I'm going to take it off here so that I can guide us through the next part. Okay, so oh, beautiful, Melinda. You see, this morning I looked at a tree and visualized this actual graphic. Now, this is interesting because what we're going through, that magnetic pull, what we just did for grounding, I've never seen that process before. That was just channeled through live here on the webinar here. You know, Spirit is constantly bringing through different ways, new techniques as we evolve. I just want to get a check-in from you. How grounded do you feel? What's something, an aha that you want to share from the grounding process that we did? Now, for some of you, you're going to be really visual, which I call clairvoyance. Some you're going to be strong feeling, clairsentient. Some for you, it's claircognizance. It's I just know. How do I know? I know because I know. That's more advanced psychic ability. And for others, you know, you may hear it like, yes, good, you're connected. Michael, you said I have a feeling of excitement, anticipation, clarity. Excellent. So we're going to move on now. I just want to make sure, is everyone else feeling strongly grounded? Melinda, good. Joy, love, and compassion. Betsy, tension release. Beautiful. Love it. Great visions. Good. You're already getting the downloads. Now, here's the thing. I don't want to stop your downloads. You had a pad and pen with you. If you start getting stuff coming through, put it down, because that is your intuition. That is a prophet of yours already speaking to you. Neves, yes, good. Jessie, very. Carolyn, feel tingling in soles on top of head, flowing between two. At 7, had a heavy feeling in left side by the lower waist. Okay, so the tingling is where you're vibrating at a higher and higher frequency. And the heavy feeling is just, you know, that's just like, it's a combination, I think, for you specifically, of where you've been carrying some energy there, where you've been overextending yourself and giving a lot, but then you're also, it's good, you're getting grounded and present in there. So I feel like you're going to shift the pattern around that, where you've overextended yourself. Very important to set healthy boundaries, right? That goes for all of us. Prince Daniel, Divine Prince Daniel, I'm laying down, but I have a bunch of hematite magnetic crystals on my root chakra. Love, oh, hematite is so powerful, connecting into, I know you know this, but for anyone else that doesn't know, hematite is really good for grounding, and it's amazing for connecting into ancient energy. This goes back to the idea of the ancient oracle as well, and those higher powers that you can align with, and also it connects into some of the ancient mystery schools in Egypt as well. So if you don't have a piece of hematite, I highly recommend it. Jessica says here, who is in Jessica? I think it's you in Washington. No. Jessica, you didn't say where you are. I feel the energy. Celine, heavy feeling in bottom of spine and heavy legs. Okay, so you're grounding well. Carolyn, smile. Excellent. All right, very good. Let's move on to the next part of the process here. Connect to a prophet. Here we go. Some of you're ready, like, feeling it, bring it in. Let's see where we go next. I don't know where we're going to go. Let's see where Spirit takes us. So everyone, we're going to close our eyes again. All right, I'm going to close my eyes with you. Oh, I've got to just stretch out here. Okay, closing your eyes, focusing inwards. So we're going back to the center. Boom, in the heart. Deep breath. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Roll the shoulders back. Ground, right? Feel into that base of that spine. Boom, you're there. Really solid. Anchoring powerfully. All right, now we're going to connect to your prophet. Here we go. Let's see where Spirit takes us. Take another deep inhale. Exhale. Bring your awareness to your mind's eye, right? Your mind's eye, at your forehead, between your eyebrows. I want you to sense with your inner vision, right? So when I see inner vision, keeping your eyes closed, You're working with your clairvoyance here, eyes closed, seeing a doorway in front of you. And this doorway, think of this doorway as a threshold. This threshold represents polarity, an awareness of polarity, and the choices that your spirit has, the free will that you have. And so this experience is going to be different for each one of you. As you sit at this doorway, at this threshold, it could be going from lack through the doorway to prosperity. It could be going from prosperity to amplified prosperity. It could be going from anxiety to peace. It could be going from peace to spreading compassion. I want you to just check in now and get an answer from your higher self as to what the polarity scale is for you right now, right? So just checking in with yourself. It's going to be different for each one of you. So what is that polarity for you as you sit one side, and what is the other side of the threshold? So get really clear about that and pick one only. Now you can come back, you can do this meditation, this process again and again, but I say to pick one so that you focus, right? Because focus creates more potent energy, and a more potent energy leads to getting results instead of being a jack of all trades and a master of none, right? This leads you to completing projects, to being able to have follow through when you meet obstacles, because there are always going to be obstacles upon your path, not to punish you, but to help you work those muscles of courage and to be able to step into greater leadership and peace and guidance, right? Where you get to guide others. Okay, deep inhale, exhale. You should have chosen with your inner vision, sense yourself moving through that doorway. Think of this doorway as a dimensional doorway. And when I say dimensional doorway, what I mean by that is you have the ability to access information beyond that which you see on a regular basis with your eyes, to be able to hear beyond the words that are spoken, where you can start to really hear other people's thoughts, typically as your own voice inside your head. As you start to feel, what happens with this is you start to feel truth. So people who are aligned in truth and who are open, they will gravitate towards you. People who are cheaters, liars, stealers, manipulators will be repelled by you. They will scatter from you. That's awesome, because you don't want to waste your time with those people. And then claircognizance. You're going to just have the confidence to go out there with what you do, and the naysayers will not bother you. And the judges and critics, you'll be able to feel peaceful and laugh, not at them, but just go, how silly. So you're at the other side of this threshold. You're connecting into this vibration of what profit represents to you. You've picked something specific. Now, sense your profit, meaning your PROPHET profit, right? Your spiritual profit coming forth. And this profit may come to you in a number of forms. I'm going to let you just see what comes forth first, and then I'll give you some confirmation of how that may occur. It could be another version of yourself. It could be as pure light. If there were a color to that light, what would it be? It could come forth as a historical figure. It could come through as a certain being. It may come through as a word. Your profit may come through as a symbol or some form of an object. if there were a name to the prophet who comes forth for you now, and you were to write the name of that prophet, what is that name that you see or hear or sense or know with your inner vision? Remembering to breathe. When I say remember to breathe, it means you're holding on to energy somewhere, right? Conscious breath, deep inhale, hold, exhale. Feel that energy release. You might even want to move your arms out to your side just to open up your energy. Right? So once you've made note of that, who that prophet is, the vibration, the impressions that you receive, feel yourself now merging, absorbing the vibration of that prophet, so that that vibration is within you, right? It's already within you. It's been projected outside of you. It's already another part of you that's there in the past and there in the future. And as you bring it inside you, the purpose to bring the vibration of it inside you is so that you are animated. If you are animated, you will find yourself being driven, not frantically driven, but when you have doubt or when you have fear, momentum. So instead of pushing a big boulder up a hill, it'll sort of feel like as running after a snowball going down the mountain. That's the experience that you'll start to have. Okay, so what I want you to do is bring your awareness back into your heart fully and sense this integration. So you don't have to come back through the doorway. There was an integration that you created there with your prophet. Now take another deep inhale. Exhale. Slowly, gently open your eyes. Remember what I said before, soft gaze. And so now you have a connection to a prophet, right? It's inside you, it's animated within you. If you want to share something in the chat box as a name you got or a color you saw, go ahead and do that now. Let me know what you got. Okay, good. So Michael, you got purple. Excellent. So purple is very much aligned with intuition. And it just shows that like a lot of your natural skill set and your ability and whatever you do in your work, it should always have be grounded in intuition. That's like the deeper message there, you know, and I'm saying that's specific to you. One can go more generalized, but that's what I was feeling for you specifically. Betsy, you got king, very powerful. I love that. Okay, good. So king is leadership. Michael, you say thanks. You're welcome. Jessica, I saw myself surrounded by flowers. Beautiful. I love that. Flowers a lot of the time represents loved ones supporting you from the other side. Carolyn, the name Michelangelo came to me. I saw his painting on the Sistine Chapel of Adam reaching to God. Oh my goodness, I love that. And you know, so for you there, and I don't know if anyone else relates to this, but Michelangelo is very much connected into the golden age, and we have this resurgence of the golden age happening. And a lot of that is manifesting through through connecting. This golden age connects into now the light age. This is what's manifesting, where we're seeing what I believe will be an evolution in our financial system from fiat system to digital currencies. Many, many different changes occurring within this next 10 years. There is a quickening around that. So the other thing for you there, hang on, let me get to this, Carolyn, is very much about creativity there. And it's also saying doing multiple things, like doing multiple things in your business. Like you would be best suited for entrepreneurship if you're not already. Melinda, you got royal blue to purple, Metatron, Uriel, and then Selma, a strong something make angel. I love that. Oh my gosh. So again, from all the ascended master energies that you are attuned to there, and very much about teaching and guiding others. When you have royal blue with purple like that, that is very much leading, leading others, leadership there. Okay, Celine, light yellow light, beautiful, excellent. So so communications for you, Celine, like one of your skill sets is being strong in communications. Bill, you said, name Sam, sorry, okay, Bill, Sam. Sam, okay, Sam. So white gold color, very much like part of your mission, I feel here is about speaking truth, teaching people how to connect to their truth. You're really good at smelling people who BS. You have zero tolerance for sort of that stuff. Yeah, people will be scared of you if they're not in if they're BS artists. Neves, you got purple woman in blue dress, oracle and gold coins. Oh, I love that. Very, very good. So definitely tapped into prosperity there, and I feel like that woman there that you saw was a higher version of yourself. And so Divine Prince Daniel said, I choose to draw in your energy profits. Beautiful. I love that. You're going to, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what you're going to do next in the crypto space. I'm going to be watching you. Melinda, you got a strong winged male angel, really large. Oh, I love that. That feels like that angel is there just saying, I'm going to take away the burdens that you take on from others. And Yolanda, you got white light pouring into me, then bright red, then blue, then light blue and some turquoise before going back to white inside of me like a presence. Very powerful. So Yolanda, you have the ability to work with multiple frequencies. It means that you're good at adapting to dealing with many different types of people. So I would say one of your greatest gifts is flexibility and inclusiveness, and part of who you're meant to connect with, like who are the people that you'll most be able to help, or like who would be your audience. If you do something in your own business, it would be around diversity. Okay, here we go. Let me come, where am I going? If I can find the mouse. Okay, perfect. Abundance mindset. Okay, we're going to move on to the money page. Now, for some of you who've been on before, I've talked about this, but I'm definitely, if you haven't, you're going to love this stuff. It is absolutely amazing. And there's some things that I'm going to add that I haven't, since teaching it last time, that I think will be really powerful for you as well. So what we're going to start off with, if you don't have your pen and paper to hand, make sure you have it right now. Okay. So you're connected in with your profit here. And the other thing that you would do is a money love letter. So this is this is a really powerful exercise to do. It is phenomenal. This is what, out of this exercise, where we have this crypto angel network launching, the interesting thing for me was, back when I was working in the City of London and I worked in corporate finance, I wanted to be a day trader. That was one of the things I wanted to do. And, but I just didn't have the confidence in that area to follow through and take. In England, we have what's called SFA, Securities and Futures Authorities exams. Here it's SEC, for the Securities and Exchange Commission, although crypto is not regulated at all. But anyway, the point is that I gave up at that point. I won't forget that. And I ended up working in corporate finance only. And through doing this process, now I've traded in 12 currencies and started to invest into ICOs. And I never would have thought of doing something like that in my life. And sort of the crypto space is a bit like the Wild West right now. So I had to, even though I went, oh my God, I can't do this, going through this process really, really helped me with having the courage to start to do that. So right now, let's put this in action. And this is something that is going to be really powerful. You could, right? Because we just went through the centering, the grounding, and the connecting, and you're connected to your profit. So what I want you to do is you're going to write one money page and one money love letter. All right. So let's just take a couple of minutes for this, and you can get back to this later on, but let's just take a minute now. All right. Get your pen, your paper, maybe just taking a moment to close your eyes again. Exhale. And so how do you do this money page? Okay, what is a money page? So what you're going to do is, on this page, you're going to say, these are all the things where you feel, imagine that, money is not just, say, a dollar bill. Money has a consciousness to it. It represents sort of an exchange, right? An exchange there. There is a vibration, there's a consciousness to it. So with the page, I want you to think about like all the things that piss you off about money. For example, I don't have one in front of me, but along the line, something one day when I was really upset with money was I said something like, "Dear money, you are so elusive. You come into my life, and just when I think you're here to stay, you bugger off." And it really pisses me off. Money, I have bills to pay, and I have to take care of myself, and I want to buy clothes, and I have to work so hard to get you, and there's not enough of you, right? So that could be something like a money page. And then the money love letter can be things that you are grateful for around money, and then things that you haven't yet manifested yet, but you're drawing that energy in. So the money love letter might go something like this. "Dear money, I love you. You have been amazing to me. You have been the parent that didn't show up for me in the way I wanted. You've provided me with amazing vacations in Maui. You allow me to go and get fabulous gifts for my son. And I'm so grateful because I had the most amazing experience with my son at Universal Studios. Thank you for that. Thank you for showing up in my life and always being present and here and taking care of me. Thank you for the roof over my head money, and thank you for the food on my table." So they would go something like that, right? It's going to change every day that you write this. So just take a minute now, right? And again, when we get off the webinar, you can do this properly. Normally what you will do, because you don't want this to be like another thing to add to your to-do list, you want to take 5 minutes. You set, like, use your phone, for example, use your phone and you'd set your timer for 5 minutes. And when the timer goes off, stop writing. Do not continue writing. So 5 minutes, like, boom, okay, dear money, I'm really, really upset with you because. And then the timer goes off, and then you move on to the money love letter. You set your timer again for 5 minutes. Dear money, I love you so much because, right? It's that. Now, I say 30-day challenge. If you do this every day for 30 days, I encourage you to do it first thing in the morning. I can tell you there's, like, I'll have days where I do it 10 days in a row. And then sometimes I skip a day. You don't have to go back and start all over again the 30 days. Just go, okay, I'm going to pick back up where I left off. Because again, you don't, this is not an exercise to punish yourself. You already mentally beat yourself up and up and have enough criticism, right, of yourself at that subconscious level. So this really opens up your channel to be able to center to ground, to connect more effectively. It's another way to center ground, connect, and to connect to your profits, right? PROPHETS. So if you've had the opportunity, even like just to do just a little bit of writing there, and you want to share a couple of key highlights of what you got from your money page and your money love letter, go ahead, type it in the box, in the chat box, and let me know what came up for you. What insight did you have? Sometimes there may be days where you just feel like you can't even, it just feels like you can't even write. Like I said, it just feels so overwhelming. There was a day, I'm going to confess here, there was a day where I was really, really frustrated, and I ended up writing my money page, but I didn't write my money love letter. And then the next day I think I just wrote a money love letter instead. And then the day after that, I got back to the money page, the money love letter. Now, the other really cool thing around the 30-day challenge is that it helps you to recognize where you have resistance to feeling a loving relationship with generating profits. And it also shows you, it really just gives you shows you where you are on the map in your relationship to money. And that in itself equals awareness. And with that awareness, suddenly you are taking control of your life, your circumstances, your finances, your relationships, rather than having to react to the things and then take control of you. This does not mean I've got to control my finances, I've got to control people around me. No, it's like it becomes peaceful, right? Because what did I say at the beginning of this session? It's about getting peaceful. You will start to feel a lot of peace occur. Okay, let me see. So Carolyn, you said money. When you're not there for me, I worry about paying my bills. And then the money love letter was money, I love you as you provided my house that keeps me warm and dry. Beautiful. I love that. And Divine Prince Daniel said, money is like a jealous girlfriend lover. If you don't give it enough attention, it will leave you. Grant Cardone. I love it. That's awesome. Really, really powerful. Are you saying Grant Cardone said that? Is that like his quote? Or you, because I know Grant Cardone, right? He does like the 10x stuff. His stuff's really, really, I like his work a lot. He's like super high energy. Yes, he said it. Yeah, that's super powerful. Very cool. So this exercise, like I said, it will really help you to understand where you're at. And the other purpose of the exercise, it clears your channels, right? Think of it like a cleaning of the dirty pipes to allow that prosperity, to allow that funnel of money to flow into you, and also to flush out the ego, the self-sabotaging parts of the self, because we never want to get greedy around money. You know, I'm not going to say the name of the person. There was a client I worked with a number of years ago, and I don't work with her anymore because she was in a job where she undervalued herself. And then she had an opportunity to come in to work with a really big A-list celebrity. And she was headhunted for this opportunity. And they were offering a double what she was getting paid in her current job. And I said to her, but you know, I said, they wanted to see what she was making in her job. And so it was like, I think she was getting paid like around 75 grand, and the job was offering up to 150. She's like, well, I want at least 150 for that. And I said, look, they're going to look what you made. And why don't you just get in there, do a brilliant job, ask for just shy of, you know, around 100, and then say, after X amount of months, when I'm doing great, I'd like to get to this and add some bonuses in. And so they wanted to hire her. She got through all the interviews, but in the final leg of it, she asked for 175,000. Do you think she got the job? No, she didn't get the job. She just great. And then she went back to her current job that she was in and asked for more money because they hadn't wanted to leave. And they said, well, you can do this other opportunity. And she turned that down. And then she ended up scrambling with no job. And hence a very important reason not to get greedy with what you offer. For some of you who are on here, who I know who worked in the coaching industry, you know, a great way to go and block prosperity is to get greedy. There is a number of people in the coaching and spiritual industries who are quite greedy, and it is important to really to check in with oneself and make sure that you are doing the right thing. When your center ground are connected, you're always going to know the right amount to charge. Okay, and Melinda, you say, money, I love how you've never totally abandoned me and how you miraculously show up. Beautiful. So will you commit to the 30-day challenge? Write one money page, one money love letter. Let me know, right? I would like to hold you accountable. Oh, good. Michael said yes right away. Melinda said yes. Excellent. It will be life-changing for you. If you just do this alone, incredible. All right, who else is saying yes? Jessica says yes. Carolyn says awesome, up for the 30-day challenge. Very good. Wonderful. So remember, you made the commitment here. Okay, Neves is saying yes. Betsy's saying yes. Julie's saying yes. Sam is saying yes. Solanda's saying yes. Celine says definitely. Anyone else saying yes? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good. I think that's everyone who's on here live right now. So very good. So things are going, amazing things will happen for you from this exercise, and make sure to stay connected with me as well. You can message me on, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm on all of them. So whatever is your platform of preference, message me for and just let me know. And Divine Prince Daniel said, I'm very interested in the Crypto Angel Network coaching mentorship. Awesome. That will be that's a whole, we'll talk about that separately. I'm really excited, and I want to learn more about what you're doing as well. So very, very cool. All right, let's see. So a question now is, would you like to be a prosperous angel? I think the answer already, you can put yes in the chat box, but I know you are. Each one of you who's here, I already know that you are, and that you're already doing the work in your life. And my hope is that you continue to do it. I imagine each one of you will, whether that is that you're doing it in your own way or with someone else. I'd love for you to continue that journey with me as well, because it's so fun. I like getting to support you and sharing in that. So what is that? Yeah, Michael asking, what is that? So here, let me just jump ahead. That essentially, today, from today's session, you can just go ahead, you can come back to this, you can just take away the benefits from that. My intention is it brings you much, much prosperity and peace in your life. And then that you share that, you spread that peace and prosperity with others. And I want you to trust what feels right for you and what I'm going to share next, okay? Because it's got to be aligned for you. So path number one, right? You can walk this path alone, or you can walk the path with someone else, right? And again, I want you to check in with yourself. And these ideas are how, walking this path of how to build a healthy relationship, how to pick the best path for income generation, how to discover your true gifts, how to step into greater service with your community, how to recognize your ideal client, how to approach your ideal client, and how to really be, when I say become a prosperous angel, I mean, where, again, this idea of where it's animated, it's living inside of you. And it does take consistent practice, daily practice, because there's moments where you're just, you're in it and it feels so good, and then boom, you can fall out of it, right? So when we walk it alone, there is less accountability. Our self-sabotage can get in the way and hold us back. Right, and so some of the other things that can happen when we walk that path alone is fear and isolation because of a past mistake. The ones I've listed here are all things I've experienced when I'm like, whoa, I'm not going to go and do this certain thing, or I can handle it myself. Look, there's times when you can just go and do stuff yourself. But what is wrong with having some support there? Why do you have to be the martyr? I was the martyr, and that is why I would go through fear and isolation, procrastination because of a lack of a spiritual connection. I would find that my self-doubt would undermine my higher self. I would hide out instead of reaching out because that underlying energy of shame. I would sabotage wealth-generating activities. I'd have all these opportunities come along, and then I would delay in replying to the person. I do everything but reply to the person who is interested in my services, or I would turn down an opportunity because either I didn't think I was good enough for it, or I thought I was above it. And then thinking I wasn't, thinking that you're not ready to teach and inspire others. An example of that for me is with Crypto Angel Network, where a part of me is you can't do that, but then spirit's my prophets you are going to do that. Get your ego out of the way and just serve. So I am asking for you to let me be your spiritual guide for this next 5 weeks, to go through this journey of going deeper into connecting with your profits, right? We're going to have a different focus of exercises. I'll be honest with you, like literally spirit channels, like they give me sort of a structure and outline before I go and teach this stuff, very vague. But then when we get to the session, the download comes in. So I don't know until we show up and we do it, but it'll be good. Whatever it is, it'll be good. If you enjoy today, just think of more of that and going even deeper, because I like to go deep with stuff. And so a conscious entrepreneur, which I think most of you are conscious entrepreneurs, choose a path of prosperity rather than that of lack. And so here we have, what we did today was Prosperous Angel, Discover Your Profits with Your Profits, the webinar. I'm going to be doing a boot camp as well. And it starts tomorrow. It's going to be starting tomorrow. All the sessions will be recorded as well. It is interactive too. So each session, essentially sort of like what we did today, but without sort of like the introduction to the background of me and my story. We dive in the session and we go through all of the exercises and the tools and the meditations. And we also, the way I do it is I'm going to gear it towards whatever that you are going through and the outcomes that you want to create. So it's that collective energy as well, each session. And the thing is that what we started doing today was unblocking some of those old channels, that stop the abundance. And we started opening up, connecting into right through that polarity and going over the threshold into new elevated frequencies, right? We're going to be doing more of that, expanding upon that. So think of Prosperous Angel Bootcamp as reaching a level of essentially a spiritual mastery. You're really looking to take where I think most of you on here are pretty in tune, have been on the spiritual path for a while and are spiritually advanced, and we're just going to go into very specific tools and techniques, and also the accountability as well, to make sure that you are taking action on the guidance that you receive from your profits, so that you make sure that you are generating profits, Profits. So we're going to ground the vibration of the profits, and then we're going to clarify from there, how do you put that into action on each session? So we're taking that abstract energy and putting it into a practical plan. So the way it's going to work is I'm going to do 4 one-hour webinars, and then there will be a bonus hour Q&A session for anything that's coming up as well. But we will have Q&A on those 4 sessions too. But that bonus hour Q&A will be all focused around anything else that you want to dive deeper into, that we will really, go full on into that. And then we're also going to have a private, like a small group as well, where you can connect with each other. You can look at strategic partnerships that may come out of this, and that where I can just learn what's going on with you, so that I can support you too, and see where there may be good, aligned, prosperous opportunities for you, as well as things that you may not have thought of that could be great for generating income for your business too, or just, a specific resource that you're looking for. So there are the dates there. You can see our first date. We start tomorrow, right? The same time that we started today. Tomorrow, I'm going to be recording all the sessions as well, but showing up live. Hence, you see the benefit is interactive. There's something about that collective energy that is so, so powerful, where when you are proactive, you really turn up the power. And then also, if you are in Los Angeles, or if you can, so I'm doing a special gathering. It will be the Prosperous Angel Soiree at the London Hotel. And I already have a number of clients of mine who are flying in from Australia, and from, let's see where else, we got Jesse's coming from South Dakota. I have clients coming in as well from Miami, from Northern California, and then locals in California as well. It's gonna be a lovely intimate gathering as well. It's not like some massive thing. It's gonna be in a beautiful suite. I'm gonna have some like yummy food. I'm gonna, you know, connect you with some other people there. We will do visioning, and there's something that webinars are awesome, but it's so cool getting together in person as well. So that's going to be really, really fun. And so if you sign up today for Prosperous Angel Bootcamp, you will get to be a guest of mine at the London Hotel. No charge for that. Just come and have a wonderful evening with me and the people who are already part of my community. And if for some reason you go, oh my gosh, I can't, you know, I can't make it there because I know it's in a couple of weeks and you already have commitments in place, you can have a complimentary 30-minute one-on-one session with me. Okay, everything that we're doing in Prosperous Angel Bootcamp, I will do that. If you decide to sign up today, you will be able to have that 30-minute session with me. So you make a decision, right? Do you want to come to the live event and for the party, for the soiree, or do you want that one-on-one with me as well? So here it is. If for some reason, as you go through the program and you've really fully taken action in it, and you go, oh, well, that was a load of crap, I will refund you. I'm hoping that you can see from our time together today that I don't spew out crap and I really do care. And just so you understand how I work as an intuitive coach as well, my business, how it runs is more, think of it like a boutique, right? It's more boutique, it's more personal, I am accessible. Part of how I'm able to pass on savings to my clients, because I don't have a massive team. I've done that in the past, I have a really big team and, you know, blowing it all up. I'm at the point right now where I want my lifestyle in a certain way, and I really like to be personally connected to each one of you. So that is really, really, that's important to me. So I hope that you know, if you sign up here, that you're going to have a really great experience and we will be engaged with each other. And so here are the options, right? So we've got there's 2 payment options. And my intention always, sort of like how I think Divine Prince Daniel referred to Grant Cardone, the 10 times rule. The idea is that you provide 10 times value what you are, say, you go above and beyond 10 times. So just know that what I'm charging here for Prosperous Angel Bootcamp, I believe is worth 10 times that. You should be able to easily multiply your income or whatever form of peace or prosperity you want to experience in your life by joining me in Prosperous Angel Bootcamp. You can see there's a one pay of $488 or 2 monthly payments of $288. Sort of gone with angel numbers here. Not sort of, I have gone with angel numbers instead of the, what did you say here, Michael? You're raising your hand, Michael. What did you want to, oh yeah, go ahead. What's your question, Michael? I'll let you type your question. So while you're typing your question, I'll just carry on sharing a little bit about this. Let's see. So yeah, my intention is really very much you receive more than what you're paying for. And if you get to come to the London Hotel alone, like a ticket for that, it's going to be limited. I can't have more than 30 people in that suite. It's a big suite, but I'm not going to have more than 30 people there. What did you say? Oh, you're asking, what do you mean launch your webinar on the previous page? I'm not sure what I said there with that. The Prosperous Angel Bootcamp starts on January the 11th. That's tomorrow. So maybe was it that I was talking about Crypto Angel Network, which is a whole separate like thing that I'm launching that is geared towards people who are interested in blockchain and the shift where we are moving from a fiat system and evolving into a digital money system and essentially a decentralized, it's called a decentralized autonomous organization. I don't know how much you know about blockchain and ICOs and all of that. It's on the slide. Launch your webinar is on the slide. Maybe that's some mistake I had on there. Sorry, I don't know. But I would love for you to join me for Prosperous Angel Bootcamp. And like I said, so there's that opportunity of the London Hotel or the one-on-one, and you can see here, there's going to be the 4 60-minute webinars, and then we will have the bonus Q&A webinar. We'll have the private networking group, and then the early bird bonus is the first 10 people to register you can see there the comp ticket to Prosperous Angel soiree at the London Hotel, or they get, I said 25 minutes, you'll get a 30-minute with me one-on-one coaching or reading, where I'm just tuning into stuff for you. So I would love if you get to join me for that. Let me go to the next page here, which is, here is the URL to register. It's very simple, prosperousangel.com. So prosperousangel.com is where you will see the sign up options for either the one pay of $488 or the 2 payments of $288. And I will also be sending out a replay of this webinar as well, so that you can have access to that and go back through this process, really sort of take it in, absorb it. I would love to see you tomorrow as well, live. And Melinda, you're saying, I'm looking at my calendar, 3 of the 4 webinars I cannot attend in person, and I want that. Will you offer again soon? I don't know when I just don't know when I'm next gonna offer it live. I just don't know when I'm going to offer it live again. I am going to be recording all of them, so you can just see whether that feels right for you. Remind me where you are. What part of the country are you in, Melinda? Are you in LA? Because New Orleans. So you wouldn't fly. Would you be able to fly in for the Prosperous Angel soiree, or would you want to do the one-on-one? Let me know what you'd want to do, because even just getting the one-on-one, just so you understand, typically when I work with a client one-on-one, even for an hour, when I do an hour's reading with someone, that's normally $500 an hour. So even just getting like that half an hour, the value from that is, you can do the math on that. You said, I'll be in LA the weekend before. Can't extend. Oh, that's a bummer. But you could, Melinda, you could do then the one-on-one session with me and then get all the recordings, and you could send me questions in advance, and you will get to be in that private Facebook group as well. So I hope, I would love for you to be part of this. And Michael, you said, I'm interested. I need some clarification. Should I email you? Is the Prosperous Angels about reaching one's goals, or is it becoming a teacher of this? No, yeah, okay, Michael. Yeah, you can email me as well, joanna@joannagarzilli.com. It is about reaching your own goals, right? This is not about teaching this. I am going to be sharing these specific tools around profits, for your profits, and then you take what you like from that and you look at applying it to your own mission, your own life purpose, your own business. All right. And then Michael, also let me know, would you be able to join us live at the London Hotel for the soiree, or would you want to do the one-on-one session with me? So you can let me know that, but just feel free to reach out to me via email, and I'm happy to answer anything there. Okay, say my email a little bit slower. So it's my first and last name, Joanna, Joanna, at joannagarzilli.com. JOANNAGAR, Z for zebra, ILLI.com. Joanna@joannagarzilli.com. And you can also connect with me on Twitter or Facebook Messenger as well. So I am really, just before I hop off, does anyone else have any other questions? Otherwise, feel free to email me or message me, and we can stay connected from there. And I I trust that today's session was good. It was an honor to be with each one of you. I just love your energy, and it just felt so great. And it was really fun. There's something about sort of the vibe of a webinar collectively. I love how everyone gets to connect from different parts of the world. Okay, Melinda, you said, am I now on your mailing list? Today was great. Thank you. I don't know. I don't know if you're on my mailing list, but make sure to email me, Melinda, joanna@joannagarzilli.com. If you got a notification about this webinar, then, and you signed up for it, you would be on my list. Let's see, Sasha, you say thank you, you're welcome. Carolyn says thank you for today, you're welcome. And Melinda says, I did. Okay, great, perfect. So, my prosperous angels, I wish you much peace, prosperity for the rest of your day and into the night. Shine bright, never stop believing in your ability. May the prophets channel through you. May the prophet within you animate and connect to those you're meant to connect with. And may your financial profits amplify 1,000-fold, 1,000,000-fold, and may the love and health and wealth continue to grow for you on a daily basis. That is my heartfelt intention, and I'm sending you lots and lots and lots of love. I'm going to see how to sign off here. So, okay, very good. I am going to end this. So I'm sending you lots and lots of love. All right. Bye.